Got my bosses fired. I work in an industry where it's absolutely paramount that you are safe. One wrong move, one careless fuck up, and the chances of someone dying are very high. If you fuck up, you will likely have a human-shaped bag of meat to deal with, is what I'm trying to get across. Well, my two closest bosses decide they don't have to follow the rules, so they start drinking at work on the regular, starting in the morning and being shitty drunk by clock out. Obviously nobody is cool with this, but we kind of push it off because we have no proof. Then we have the incident. I won't get into super detail because it's pretty identifiable, but basically bosses fucked up and nearly killed one of my coworkers by inches and a whole room of 30+ people by feet. They immediately start the cover-up, telling the employee they almost killed not to say anything or else, and trying to sweep it under the rug. Well, this definitely didn't sit well with anyone, so we start collecting evidence, snapping pictures of them drinking from their unlabeled Gatorade bottles, sneaking into their coolers to get close-ups, and sussing out their stashes around the complex. By some stroke of luck, the director of the board actually stops on the site one day, and we're able to separate him from the bosses and tell him we need to talk to him about some stuff, and he gives us his number and tells us to shoot a text and we'll set something up. We all shoot him texts with the evidence we have. I was pretty sure it was getting blown off because all he said was, "Thank you for bringing this to my attention, I'll be in touch." 2 weeks go by and nothing has happened yet. Then my boss says, "Hey, we have a safety audit this week," even though we had just had one a few months back, and usually we have one a year. I come in the day after the safety audit and notice there's a new lock on the gate. Weird. I walk into everyone sitting around with the director. Bosses have been fired, and they're closing down the site until next year sometime around the end of February. This was November. And because it's short notice and Christmas is literally right around the corner, they're going to be paying our wages based off our average check as long as we can come in sporadically to do maintenance work. So yeah, 10 out of 10 get your bosses fired. My dad died in a workplace accident when I was a kid, and this post warms my heart. They're fried. Good job. I got my boss fired too. He was an abusive narcissist. I was determined to outlast him, and I did. OSHA thanks you. Safety first always. Kudos to Big Boss for listening and acting. Stick with him. Great job, glad it worked for you guys. It's a space station, isn't it? You work on a space station. Oh, I think he realized with the evidence you all could have sued them and won. I am currently working on leaving my job and getting my boss's fire. I work in a grocery store in inventory maintenance. I found out a bunch of my bosses were falsifying inventory, so I told corporate. They ordered an in-store audit of suspected areas that were incorrect. We lost $25,000 in a day and I wanted to vomit. This happened 2 months ago. Someone was in from corporate this week and didn't hear anything about this. He was absolutely flabbergasted. He said, "This is mind-blowing. I'll be in touch. I've been trying to leave this job because I am not appreciated and my bosses are misogynistic assholes and they treat me like garbage, but the pay and benefits are outstanding and I can't leave that at this point in my life." I found a local grocery store, mom and pop old school type place, and they offered me 35 cents an hour less than what I make now, plus almost identical benefits, but one that I can get through my husband. I can't wait to give them the middle finger on my way out. They are totally screwed without me. I'm a major linchpin in this location and Jay can't wait for the phone calls and texts so I can ignore them. Wholesome. I have no awards to give. Here's my upvote. Those guys were really fucking idiots. Thank you for doing the right thing. Everyone quit asking up what industry. We don't want this blowing back on them and screwing them out of a new job. Just use your imagination and insert anything involving heavy or dangerous equipment jobs that can kill people. I got one of my bosses fired once. It was amazing. I worked in a restaurant. B at the museum, which was owned by a real estate company, Skyline Real Estate, that also owned a hotel, Cambridge Hotel and Conference Center. They're a garbage company from the top down. Look up the Four Fathers Brewery scandal. They're also owned by the same parent company. Anyways, the hotel would often bounce chefs and cooks over to the restaurant. We were down a kitchen manager, so they sent this alcoholic sous chef over to run the show. Normally I don't care about substance use in kitchens as long as you can keep your shit together. I was perma-freed at that place anyways. We were going through over a bottle of cooking wine a day, and this guy brought in his own tall boys. He would drink in his office, then clock out shit-faced only to drive home. It didn't take long until things started to fall apart. Veg orders not coming in. Scheduling fuck-ups. The god-awful features he would cook just to be able to ask for a pitcher of beer. One day, busy dinner service, the sous was trying to call the orders on the board. He was so far gone nobody could understand what he was saying. I had to physically shove him and start calling orders while managing my own station. I had a meeting with the GM of the restaurant and told her everything that was going on. Said that it was either him or me because I was tired of it. Later that week he was called into the hotel for a meeting where they asked for his keys and escorted him out of the building.
Nice.
I worked at a small restaurant with a narcissistic bully of a manager. I got tired of how I was being treated and took a leap into an entirely different industry. My coworkers always thought I was kind of overreacting. That is until I left and my manager had to find someone new to pick on. Slowly but surely, all of the other employees quit, most without notice, and the restaurant was left with just the manager and the owner. They closed down about 2 weeks later when they couldn't convince anyone else to work there. I really did respect the owner and did not want her to lose her business. With that being said, every time I spoke with her about the manager, she brushed me off and feigned sympathy. Don't hire shitty people to run your business. They will run it into the ground. Vindication. I got my shift leader fired at my old fast food job cause the worthless piece of shit was drinking and sleeping on the job while leaving me to run the graveyard shift myself. Didn't even take much effort on my part. District manager came through the drive-thru late at night for some fries and the shift lead was fired before I got done with the next car. That's awesome. You did the right thing and your employer actually did you right as well. A rare occurrence. I don't expect you to confirm nor deny my hunch up, but I'm guessing you're working in the O&G drilling industry. Source. Been there. Seen a lot of idiots almost kill themselves and others being high and drunk at the rig. Great job. I love that you and your coworkers came together to make this happen. That's what I freaking love to see. Absolute pinnacle king behavior. Fuck those bosses. People wanna talk about, you'll never work in this field again. I think almost getting people killed should put you in that category. Plus, who knows how many people you might have saved by getting these chuckle fucks thrown out. The nurses on my unit noticed one of our charge nurses acting shadier and lazier than usual over a period of months. We worked with our boss and HR to get her fired from our unionized hospital. Not easy to do. Then one beautiful day, the charge nurse uploaded photos of her diary where she admitted to doing meth. I heard she was taken to HR first thing in the morning and the wicked witch was never seen again. We were looking out for ourselves, our licenses, our hospital, and, most importantly, the safety of our patients. I stand by it. She sucked ass.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.